Number 1. Ambitious. They are fighter. Who's next? Winners League. So, syncing with the music there. Hey guys, this is Ranchin bringing you yet another StarCraft commentary. It's going to be the final match between OGN Sparkyz and Woongjin Stars, and what a series it has been. Gwemchi of the Stars getting 3 wins, and then embarrassing OGN, and OGN looking to Leta to get him back, and he has! Winning 3 straight against Gwemchi, GG Play, and 0. He now faces Free in an epic final match, which I'm really looking forward to in here. This is going to be pretty good. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Last time these two teams faced off, Leta and Free faced off in the Ace match where Free lost. So now is his chance for redemption here on Colosseum II. We're going to have Leta at the 11 o'clock in green as the Protoss, and at 7 o'clock we're going to have Leta in teal as the Terran. So it's going to be a pretty good map. Both these guys statistics-wise are pretty even. Leta is just under 60% against Protoss, about 55-56%, something like that. It's pretty much the same for Free against Terran. Colosseum, a pretty even map. Protoss have a couple of more wins though, but overall it's a very even map. Protoss, very good for them is that they can get, with those 2 naturals that you got, they can get 3 running bases and 3 running gases pretty quickly, but the same can be said for the Terran, so they can take advantage of that as well, although the Protoss has a slightly easier time defending those bases, so that of course gives them an advantage. Leta, of course, just it'll be a total embarrassment if he just gets the all kill here. He brings back OGN Sparkyz into the game, and now facing off against Free, who has to get a win here because it'd be freaking embarrassing to have a 3-0 lead and then lose it to one single guy. But if there's anybody who can get that ult kill for OGN, that's definitely Leta. The guy's crazy. He's been winning so much, it's not even funny. Although I'm just really looking forward to this game. I have a huge pint of water next to me, and just to make sure it helps me out, it's 20% holy water. 20% holy water. Whether you believe in that kind of stuff or not, it is nonetheless 20% holy water, and it'll keep my throat blessed and ready for this match. Barracks coming up now for Leta, so he's going to go straight up mech build, no quick expansions or anything. Meanwhile, Leta apparently going for a, what I believe is a 14 Nexus. Could have been a 12 Nex. I'm not quite sure how many probes he has on the ground. 12 to 14 Nex, something like that. I think it's a 12 or 14 Nexus. Anyway, so he's going for a quick economic build, feeling pretty safe now, just getting down his gateway. Nexus is going to warp in soon as well. Leta, meanwhile, has his barracks going and is going to scout Leta correctly, I believe. Both players, I believe, are indeed going to scout each other correctly. Unless Leta goes for the cross position, I think Leta might actually be going for the cross positions right away. And no, Free's actually going to scout to the left. Interesting enough that Leta, for some reason, felt compelled to scout cross positions. So, depending on where he goes after that, he might spot Leta the latest. And okay, Leta also going, Free also going cross position. So interesting enough, both players scouting cross position. So that's going to be interesting how that all turns out. They're going to scout each other pretty late here, and all in all, we're just going to see how that turns out. Both players having to walk in the cross position. You know what's not going to happen. Marine there for Leta is going to take out that neutral sunken colony to get rid of that creep cybernetics core, and a second gateway coming up for Free after that Nexus. So he's going to set up a couple of gateways and try to get some forces out there just in case Leta spots that Nexus and decides to push early. Well, I'm not seeing that though. I don't see any factory coming down. Leta now finally getting the SCV in there. So he's going to get the scout. Oh, never mind. The factory, first factory is indeed down there, and going to get the early machine shop as well. So going to see what he transitioned from there, where he goes for 2-fac or what. Leta's SCV just standing around there, sitting around Cybernetics Core, now warping in for Leta, and just, I believe, getting his scout in. That might be prevented, though, with those Marines on the ground, so he has to be pretty careful of that. Probe just moving in now. He should be able to move it in, though, with those naturals and ways inside. Yeah, that probe's going to run right in, at least by those first Marines, and we're going to see whether he manages to get by the second Marine. Yes, indeed he will. The second Marine just, the ramp is far too big. Another Marine meets it there, but oh, the probe barely survives and is going to get the scout. He's going to see everything Leta's up to, so thankfully not playing blind. We saw what happened the last time when Leta managed to let make his opponent play blind, went for 2 port wraiths and totally killed 0. Quite a few marines out on the ground for Leta. I think 6 marines before he got up his barracks, before he floated up. So he might be actually thinking of pushing, getting a quick upgrade. Might be building tanks right away. Might be thinking of a marine and tank push, getting 2 tanks out there, an SCV, maybe even a vulture to support, and just pushing out. There are a few dragoons out for free though, so he might have what it takes to counter this. He also has a zealot in there. He has 2 gateways up, so he's going to have more dragoons on the way pretty soon. I think that Cybernetics core is spinning, so might be going for an upgrade. Leta, meanwhile, is going to expand, and now those marines and SCV are going to move out, and there is a scattering SCV there. Gonna check out the defending forces. There are 4 dragoons and a zealot there. Those marines definitely not gonna be able to do enough damage. That SCV is gonna move in, just spot the forces, gonna get taken out instantly. Not doing anything. A vulture also out there. I saw a tank for Leta as well. That vulture's just there to plant mines. That could be actually a spotting mine, or just, you know, to try to lead those dragoons into a trap, putting more mines down. There definitely not gonna be any observers yet. For free, that is, because he did get an early expansion as well as that second gateway, and now a little bit pushed there. Ooh! A mine, a dragoon being pushed right into a mine and instantly getting killed because of that heavy mine damage. Now Leta moving in with a vulture, several marines, and a tank, and those dragoons being pushed back a little bit, but separating themselves pretty well. Another dragoon goes down. There's 3 dragoons there. Mine being planted, instantly gets taken down, though there's nothing but a tank and those marines now, and I think that's going to be foiled at this point. Those marines shooting as much again. Another dragoon goes down. The tank goes down. Another vulture moving in, but the marine is going to die pretty soon. And the vulture does manage to plant 1 mine on the ramp, but that mine instantly gets taken out. And another mine gets planted that also gets taken out, so the vulture is not going to do anything. Again, those mines being taken out, so pretty good micro there by free. The vulture should be taken care of, but Leta being still aggressive, and that marine is still alive. Leta sending in another vulture, meanwhile, going to see, just trying to separate the forces of Leta maybe, but separating the forces of free, I'm sorry. And the marine finally get taken down, mines being planted everywhere, so that's definitely going to delay an expansion for free. Leta, meanwhile, has his natural going and adding 2 more factories. Machine shop still spinning, a mine being placed there. So there's become an observatory now on the way, so he's definitely going to have something to take care of those mines, and has 2 more gateways on the way, so he's going to macro up pretty quickly, and soon enough he'll be able to take down another expansion if he feels that should be the correct course. I think he might wait just a little bit before he does that, though. Engineering bay on the way for Leta, so Reaver Tech's not on the way quite yet. I think robotics support should be built pretty soon, since that observatory is already up. But Leta is gonna have turrets to counter that. However, don't see any robotics facility as of yet. Vultures just running around, putting mines at expansions to make sure that free will not expand, and have a couple of vultures there in that other natural expansion. Of course, one of the natural expansions of each player has the weakness of having a ramp leading from the outside, so it's pretty vulnerable to attack, while the other natural expansion is much safer to defend. So they're both technically naturals, although one of them is a little bit unsafe. There's a mine there, dragoons almost walked into, but more vultures trying to move into the main. Oh, but there are dragoons around to prevent. Although one vulture does manage to slip through, he should be able to get a probe kill or 2. Free countering by sending his own probes out. 1 probe has been killed. Only 1 probe kill before the vulture dies. Free now finally has cleared out the mine there. He's probably going to expand at this point. Has a shuttle out. He's going to see what he gets into the shuttle. Okay, 4 zealots. He's going to make a zealot drop, so that could be pretty effective if he times that right, and it's definitely going to drop right on that expansion right here. There is no turret there in the dropping position from what I see, so if he drops right away, he could be doing a pretty good job. Meanwhile, expanding also. Leta being, again, very aggressive with these vultures, although with the high amount of dragoons that are on the field, I think Leta needs a change of tactics at this point. There are far too many dragoons on the ground for vulture harassers to be effective. And it's not as good a map as Tau Cross was, and for these kind of things. Guemchi, of course, did the mistake of not protecting his natural bases by putting down cannons, and that was a big mistake there. Ooh, an observer is going to get taken down, spots the positioning there, but he does have another observer alongside for those mines. Thinking of pushing, actually. He has that dropship there, not going to drop those zealots, though. He has those dragoons again. Leta, meanwhile, using this, but try to get, again, vultures outside and try to harass, but there are dragoons being kept at home by Leta just to prevent this. An academy coming up, so we're going to have scans pretty soon. Expansion almost coming up, and Vultures meanwhile planting mines, but those mines are going to get cleared up, and those Vultures dying. Meanwhile, Free doing a pretty good job of keeping observers everywhere. Zealots being dropped and picked up right away as soon as they're in danger. Just a slight little harassment there by Free there, trying to